Devotional Hour from the book of Revelation, chapter 2, verse 13 says, I know thy works, and where thou dwellest, even where Satan's seat is, and thou holdest fast my name, and hast not denied my faith, even in those days wherein Antipas was my faithful martyr, who was slain among you, where Satan dwelleth, the headquarters of satanic opposition, and a Gentile base for false religions. On the Acropolis in Pergamum was a huge throne-shaped altar to Zeus. In addition, Asclepius, the god of healing, was the god most associated with Pergamum. His snake-like form is still the medical symbol today. The famous medical school connected to his temple mingled medicine with superstition. One prescription called for the worshiper to sleep on the temple floor, allowing snakes to crawl over his body and infuse him with their healing power. Jesus not only knows their works, he knows everything about them. Judgment begins at the house of God because Jesus walks to and fro, checking them continually. Jesus says that he knows where they dwell. He is referring to the very evil surroundings. This was an educational center. There were great libraries and places of worldly education. This church is committing sin, compromising with the heathen around them. Many times, worldly wisdom and faithfulness to God are not cohesive. The Bible says that the carnal mind is enmity against God, Romans chapter 8, verse 7. Faith is not fact. The educated mind wants to prove by facts. Faith, I say again, is not fact. Hebrews chapter 11, verses 1 to 2. Now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. For by it the elders obtained a good report. The mind and heart, even though physically a few inches apart, are miles apart in the spirit. There are so many ways to view these, as I have said before. For our study, we will attempt to use the problems of this church to tell us what not to do in our church today. God never changes. The things he was opposed to thousands of years ago are the very things he is opposed to today. God never changes. We change. If we are not careful, these changes will make us complacent about the sin in our life. Jesus says that he knows where they dwell. He is referring to the very evil surroundings. This was an educational center. There were great libraries and places of worldly education. Jesus knew this church in Pergamus would have a very hard time. The evil outside the church and the compromise in the church tries to draw more of these people out of the church. Maybe they had very good intentions, but they got very bad results. Jesus goes so far as to call this evil city Satan's seat. We know by this that evil prevailed. Jesus says to this church, you have my name on your church, and I also am aware you have not denied me. Jesus even reminds them that he is aware that Antipas was martyred because of his great faith in Jesus. This satanic influence had come against Antipas and killed him. We must realize that we must not fellowship with those of unbelief. Thanks for watching, and remember to subscribe for more truths.